choose.
Mitch.
You've decided to put your money into a savings account. Okay, so you are going to deposit $100 into a bank. Now, let's suppose that this $100 could buy you 12 meals.
Yeah, I can't play with either. You're competitive.
From Perry Hall High School's favorite lunchtime spot, Chick-fil-A. Let's just pretend. Yeah, go Chick-fil-A. Let's suppose that it could do that. Just so we have an understanding of the strength of the $100. So it can buy you 12 meals. But you're not going to buy the 12 meals because you're going to put your money into an account at a bank. You are putting these numbers in the boxes. You'll see where it says bank deposit there on the left on page 8. Yeah, so add that in there. Okay. So we have our deposit, first box on the left, $100, which is equal to 12 meals, just for context. Middle box. Let's say that the bank you are putting your money with is going to pay you 7% interest. All right, now two things. First of all, that's an unrealistic number. We're just using easy numbers to make our brains happy. So don't get it twisted after we do this example. Interest rates are very, very low. More on that in subsequent units, but interest rates are not this high. The second thing is, why would a bank pay you money? Doesn't that kind of like go against what we would think is happening naturally? Well, banks are a business, right? And the way that banks make money is by lending money out to people for cars, for student loans, for homes, whatever, right?
What the dog?
But where on earth are they getting that money from?
To be real with you, but I guess Towson's my graduation.
And me, because we're putting our money into banks and they are turning around and using it more on that subsequent units. But they need to like reel us in, right? Think the second thing is casting a fishing line. They got to reel you in and say, hey, put your money with us because we're going to pay you 7% of this are a business as a reward for holding your money with us. So you look at that and go, okay, that sounds cool. I'm putting my $100 with you, and at the end of the year, you're going to give me 7%.
What the dog?
So at the end of the year, your bank account. So going from January 2020 to January 2021, total deposit, if you go to your account, it now says $107. So you just got paid $7 for doing nothing. Sounds good to me, right?
Well,
the problem is that while your money was sitting in the bank, patiently waiting for you to come back.
I just have to play one game to reveal this account's
you dearly.
rank.
Is that price levels in the economy were rising. And let's say that during that year, January 2020 to January 2021, let's say that price levels went up by 3%. Okay, well, that doesn't sound too bad, but to put it in context, that means now you need $103 to buy those same 12 meals. Which, yes, again, it's not a lot more, right? Like, we're not in Venezuela territory, but you do need more money to buy the same goods that you did a year ago. Is that price? So the real value of your deposit, let's say that during that year, 107, January 2020, it's really valued at $104. Let's say that price levels went up by 3%. Which means well, that doesn't sound really only earned a 4% return on your savings.
Boom and make it boom.
Now, don't get it twisted. On
no
paper,
more Fortnite.
We'll still say 107, but what we're correcting for is inflation. This equation is right below your tables there. What we're going to take is the nominal interest rate, which is the rate that was stated by the bank, 7%. We're going to take 7 minus 3, which is the inflation rate, and that's going to correct our problem for us to get the real interest rate.
On some kind of account, but
okay, so let's do this process again with the example below. I do need you to make 3 corrections, though, because I'm a ding-dong, and in your handout, my fault, my apologies, I ask for forgiveness. So change the 4 to a 2, and then 2 to a 4, because I flip-flopped those numbers by accident. And then I had a typo in the second question. It says lower, but it should say higher.
Yesterday I found out that Red
Take a
Bulls
second
are
to
kind of
make
fucking
those
disgusting.
edits, please.
Did you try
Experienced
one?
it firsthand.
Or did you like?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, and then we will do
I
this
did.
Never had an
example.
energy drink before, man.
Yeah, that was my first time getting an energy. I mean,
I
I had G Fuel once.
I don't want. I don't like. I don't want to try energy drinks.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd ever fuck with like Monster and Red
It might
Bull
be
and
just like
Rockstar and shit like that. Like I just tried Red Bull and I like, granted I was fucking cracked out because it's an energy drink, but like it just felt so disgusting.
Really.
What we're going to do first
Are you guys gonna get
is
it?
we're going to go through this scenario, and then ultimately we're going to figure out who gains and who loses from the situation. Sorry, there's a lot of noise outside my house. All right, so the example of this time is, let's suppose that you get a loan from a bank, and the interest rate the bank is going to charge you is 5%. So
Are
now
you
we're
guys
looking kind of at the
still waiting
opposite
like me?
from the previous example.
What?
Like if you wanted to get a car loan,
Why is it
you would
taking
go to
so
the
long?
bank, you'd give them a bunch of
Oh, there
information,
you go.
and then they would say, okay, we're going to give you 20
Oh,
grand,
Ferrari.
but you're going to pay us back the 25%. Give you a number and say, all right, you owe us, let's just say, you know, I'm just going to put a number up here for reference.
Meadows, and
Let's
then
say
I
the
came
payment is
across 3 dandelions.
$330 a
I
month.
picked 2 and left
Percent, but
dandelion.
it turns out then. So what I'm going to